Here tonight with Tarot for the Soul. Haha, at Tarot of the Soul. So yeah, got a nice little play on words. Hubby did that for us. So thank you, Own Dog. But we are here tonight for readings. And while we're waiting for the first people to come up for the reading, I thought I would shuffle out my Green Witch Oracle deck. I like this deck. I like the words, the insight into nature. It's very comforting. So I thought I'd start with that. Let's see what the cards have to say.
See what they say. Maybe we'll fall in love with the nuts.
Oh my God. Or the ox will fall in love with you, right?
Motherfucker's upside down. That's crazy.
You come in with the side.
Oh shit, that son of a bitch is upside down. We gotta go to break. Please stand by.
Bleep out for like 3 seconds.
Alright, we're back.
Winter, an ending, recharging, reflection. Winter is a quiet time. In nature, most plant life is suspended, animals are hibernating, and food becomes scarce. Winter tells you that the end of something is coming or has already happened. Don't lament. This also means there is opportunity for something new and better. In every end, there is a beginning. The cycle of nature never stops. The winter card encourages rest and reflection on what has come to be. Mourn if you need to. Identify the things that went well and what you want to do differently. As you engage in this reflection, remember to look ahead to spring and begin to consider what projects you'd like to focus on next using the knowledge you've gained from the time of assessment. And the reflection is, what big lessons have you learned after slowing down and allowing yourself time to reflect on what has ended or passed? I like every moment is an ending and a beginning. It's the ending of the past that came before and the beginning of this now moment and all it can become. And so every moment is both winter and spring. It's the end, but it's also the beginning. And so it's all about perspective and how you see things. And I like winter because you go home and you stay indoors and you bask in the warmth and wonder of life at home. And I think there's a comfort in that. And so in winter, when it's asking for reflection, find the comfort and warmth in your life. And that's where you should reflect and focus your projects that are soon to come in the next spring. Because ultimately, when you align yourself with what matters most, with what brings warmth or comfort or fulfillment, whatever words apply, when you define those for yourself and then watch them manifest, it's a miracle to experience. And so it really is, but it's an active participation to make that happen. And I like this card because it calls for reflection and recharging, resting. So much of modern culture is a go culture, constant content, constant inputs, constant on the go, needing to be doing something. But winter, you take it slow. You don't have to be active because all the stuff to do outside has been taken away. And so it's a time for quiet and peace and serenity. And so I like that idea of inviting those things in and the slowness and the stillness. And then when the time is right, recharging and being active on that reflective energy. I'm in an active state right now. Today's day 2 of streaming every day I can. I am trying to just be more, less do nothing, more do something. So here I am doing something.
You are. Hooray!
Hooray!
Good for you.
Thank you, Daddy. Moth. Mystery, concealment, illusion. Moth. Like the moth to the flame. There it is. I couldn't find it on the list. Mystery, concealment, illusion. While some species of moth are diurnal, we tend to associate moths with the night. Moths are beautiful night pollinators, doing important work under the cover of darkness. Moths are often compelled to seek out the light even though it may endanger them. Moths, like butterflies, often have markings that disguise them, tricking predators into assuming they are something other than what they truly are. This illusion serves as protection. The moth card tells you that perhaps something around you isn't what it seems. Look for the truth and follow the light, but don't let yourself be blinded. There may be something in your life that needs illumination in order for you to take control. What in your life needs illumination to enable you to see past the surface level illusion? This is always a good question to ask. I think there's deeper meaning behind everything. And ultimately, the meaning that's there is for you to define. So that's the illusion. Do you take everything at face value and let it be all that you know? Or do you invite more meaning, more depth into your moment and let that illuminate the way forward?
Winter and monk. Those two cards tie together.
No, I don't think so. Winter and ending. I mean, I guess an illusion is both an ending and a beginning. If you see it, it's an ending of what is because it's coding reality in something different. But it's a beginning if you see past the illusion to see something more.
Okay.
Fog, obscurity, feeling lost. It feels like it. Another obscurity, another word for illusion. Sometimes, for whatever reason, you can't see clearly. You find it difficult to think through an issue, or you feel lost in a sea of information. You may feel directionless or unable to identify a clear goal or path to a desired outcome. Being lost in fog or feeling foggy can challenge your sense of stability. Fog isn't a solid obstacle, however. It's like a veil, temporarily blurring your surroundings. Just because you can't see clearly doesn't mean the path isn't there. Carefully feel your way forward one step at a time. Perhaps you need to move in a different direction to reach your destination. Sometimes all it takes is looking at a problem in a new way. So the fog card prompts you to practice looking at things from other points of view. The reflection is, do you have a problem plaguing you that could benefit from a different perspective? My problem plaguing me right now is my cat lady friend. Like, that bothers me because her personality is so jarring to me, but she's a good person. And so it's hard that she conflicts so much because I don't want to conflict. And so it's hard to want to invite that into my life, knowing it's going to bring the very thing I try to keep out of my life. But it's closing off a person that's lost in conflict. So it's hard to know what's the way forward. Like, she's having possible police issues. Like, that's serious business. And I've been in that place. And so it feels wrong to turn my back on somebody that might just be in that manic phase and not realize how manic they are, right? Her form of manic. For me, it was mania, but for her, it might just be whatever she's going through. But it's still, it's just, it's hard. I'm manic right now, and I don't, I'm verbose and, flarbity thinking, and I can't be that with her. I don't feel like having a friend I can't be myself with. But again, it comes back to I don't want to abandon someone just because of my personal comfort level.
Sometimes friendships are work, like any relationship.
I don't know that I've ever put work into a relationship. Even with you, I don't feel that I work. It's easy to be with you. You are. You're very awesome. So that's you, right? It's not me putting forth effort to make it harmonious. I'm just being myself in the relationship. And I think a lot of my friendships or relationships have failed because I don't put effort into them. I cancel, I don't show up, I don't reach out.
Perhaps life is giving you the opportunity to turn a new leaf. So, let's flip a card on that about new leaves and new beginnings. But it feels as though, I don't know. It feels as though you got some thinking on that to do.
Yeah. Let's do an Osho Zen Tarot for this. The Lovers, the Focus, Postponement, the Miser, the Master.
We're doing a full reading.
Yeah. Morality. What we call love is really a whole spectrum of relating, reaching from the earth to the sky. At the most earthy level, love is sexual attraction. Many of us remain stuck there because our conditioning has burdened our sexuality with all kinds of expectations and repressions. Actually, the biggest problem with sexual love is that it never lasts. Only if we accept this fact can we really celebrate it for what it is. Welcome its happening and say goodbye with gratitude when it is not. Then, as we mature, we can begin to experience the love that exists beyond sexuality and honors the unique individuality of the other. We begin to understand that our partner often functions as a mirror, reflecting unseen aspects of our deeper self and supporting us to become whole. This love is based in freedom, not expectation or need. Its wings take us higher and higher towards the universal love that experiences all as one. So this one, there's a lot of things that jump out at me. Love never lasts. Everything has an ending, and love is one of those things. And part of what opens me up to make the most of my moments with other people is that I know how temporary connections can be. And so I invite people into my life to make a lasting impression. Well, I made a lasting impression with Cat Lady, and she's invited me into her life, right? To be a part of that. And that's a new experience for me, because more often than not, my connections are fleeting. People aren't recurring in my life, right? I go out, I make a difference, I have memorable stories when I go out, but I don't come home with friends to talk to and people to hang out with.
Right. Do you want that?
No, probably not, because I like being at home. And so unless a person wants to come and hang out at my home, I don't really want outside friendships because I don't like participating in the world. There's too much.
Do you want visitors in your home?
The right ones that bring the right vibration. The peace of my home is paramount. And I don't want to invite people in that aren't bringing peace to the moment. Like, I don't want people coming just to be dramatic and conflicting and creating discomfort at home, right? I've lived that at home in my childhood, and in my chaos of not really loving myself, I've lived that as an adult because I brought conflict and drama because I wasn't secure with myself. And so now that we're in this great place at home where things are comfortable and calm and we just have a general peace, I don't want to mess that up. But then Cat Lady, she doesn't have home life, right? Hers is fractured. She's getting ready to leave her husband. Like, that, maybe she needs the peace of our home as a free space to go to, right? So, I have 2 viewers. That's cool. Honors the unique individuality of the other. And this stands out to me. We meet people at their level. And right now, she's not at my level and vibing with me because she's in a really bad place. And so it comes back to, I don't want to abandon somebody in a bad place. So it really shakes my comfort zone to invite her into our life and open that door to somebody that could make it really messy. No. I don't know. She did. I'd rather these words be said. No Snickers. No. Supporting us to become whole. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to help others be. But it's based in freedom, not expectation or need. And that's the rub. I don't think there's freedom with Cat Lady. There's high expectations and hoops to jump through, and that's hard. That's hard to invite because it's restricting yourself. But sometimes people need a friend, not freedom. I don't know. Postponement. The woman in this picture is living in a gray landscape full of unreal cutout clouds. Through the window frame, she can see colors and light and aliveness, and although she would like to move through the frame, as we can see by the rainbow colors appearing in her garment, she can't quite manage to do it. There's still too much what-if activity in her mind. Well, that's resonant with internal influence. Tomorrow never comes, they say, but no matter how often it is said, it seems that most of us tend to forget the truth of it. In fact, the one and only result of postponing things is a dull and depressing feeling of incompletion and stuckness today. The relief and expansiveness you will feel once you put aside all the dithering thoughts that are preventing you from acting now will make you wonder why you ever waited so long. Well, it's the story of where I am, acting now and being active and engaged. And so in this space of trying new things and being active, I can try new definitions of friendship, ones that maybe take me outside of my comfort zone. The miser, an external influence. This woman has created a fortress around herself, and she is clinging to all the possessions she thinks are treasures. In fact, she has accumulated so much stuff with which to adorn herself, including the feathers and furs of living creatures, that she has made herself ugly in the effort. This card challenges us to look at what we are clinging to and what we feel we possess that is so valuable it needs to be protected by a fortress. It needn't be a big bank balance or a box full of jewels. It could be something as simple as sharing our time with a friend, or taking the risk of expressing our love to another. Like a well that is sealed up and becomes stagnant from disuse, our treasures become tarnished and worthless if we refuse to share them. Whatever you're holding on to, remember that you can't take it with you. Loosen your grip and feel the freedom and expansiveness sharing can bring. Well, I see that. I don't share myself with the world. I stay at home in my comfort zone, and I have a bounty of good energy to share with people, and I isolate at home and I hoard my treasure that is the love in my life. And I don't share that love tangibly with effort and time investment, right? If it's easy, I can make a good impression and a lasting memory, but those are easy. If it comes to staying in a relationship, I'm always ready to bail, right? And that's even true with you. I'm always worried that the shoe's going to drop and I need to bail, right? So that's just a pattern with me. And so I hold close what I have, which is that warm energy. And I don't step outside of my box to share it more than it's easy to do so. So I have treasure and I keep it to myself, which isn't really what I want to do.
Treasure.
Treasure. Treasure.
Well done.
The master. The master in Zen is not a master over others, but a master of himself. His every gesture and his every word reflects his enlightened state. He has no private goals, no desire that anything should be other than the way it is. His disciples gather around him not to follow him, but to soak up his presence and be inspired by his example. In his eyes, they find their own truth reflected, and in his silence, they fall more easily into the silence of their own beings. The masters welcome the disciples not because he wants to lead them, but because he has so much to share. Together, they create an energy field that supports unique individual in finding his or her own light. If you can find a master, you are blessed. If you cannot, keep on searching. Learn from the teachers and would-be masters and move on. Charyavetti, said Gautam Buddha, keep on moving. Well, the thing that stands out was the first sentence. The master in Zen is not a master over others, but a master of himself. And so, better understanding in this moment is that I can't control how other people are going to be. I can only control how I'm going to be in response to others. And all the conflict in me is that I'm wanting to bail on somebody that wants to be my friend. And I really don't want to do that. And so ultimately, I'm creating conflict where I'm really at peace. I want to be cat lady's friend, even though it shakes my comfort zone. And that brings us to morality. Morality has restricted all the juice and energy of life to the narrow confines of her mind. It can't flow there, so she really has become a dried up old prune. Her whole manner is very proper and stiff and severe, and she is always ready to see every situation as black and white, like the jewels she wears around her neck. The Queen of Clouds lurks in the minds of all of us who have been brought up with rigid ideas of good and bad, sinful and virtuous, acceptable and unacceptable, moral and immoral. It's important to remember that all these judgments of the mind are just products of our conditioning, and whether our judgments are applied to ourselves or to others, they keep us from experiencing the beauty and godliness that lies within. Only when we break through the cage of our conditioning and reach the truth of our own hearts can we begin to see life as it is. My conditioning is to bail, and the truth of my heart is that I don't want to. So it just puts me in a place where I need to adapt and learn a different way now that life has brought me a friend to knock at my door. I want to take a break.
Been at it.
Yeah, I'll keep going.
It might keep you going longer. We take a 5-minute break every 25 minutes. It's like anything.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. I'm connecting to chat. Hey, Mama Bubble, welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much for the 3-month subscription.
3 months.
3 months. Wow. Thank you so much. I'm glad to have you here. And I'm glad you're here this evening. How are you doing?
We need to get
Oh,
the other cats
she's
emotified.
yeah, we have so many. We really should.
They go to work here while you chat.
Okay. Daddy's going, own dog's going to make more emotes for our kitties. So yeah, having a good night tonight here for the second night in a row, streaming, trying to, come back and stream every night if possible, with the occasional night off because we all need a break. You have a 5 stream streak. Hey, that's awesome. I love it, Mama Bubble. Thank you. I love that you join me so regularly. Hopefully we can keep that going, as I'm streaming more regularly. It's nice to have you here. Stay away from the milk. Snickers loves the milk. I've got a cup of it here and it's just an open mug and she keeps wanting to stick her face in it. Which is funny because she's not really food motivated. Like, she's not into treats. You just love me. Oh, Mama Bubble, I love you. Thank you. I love that energy. I love that vibration. And I love that we're a community together. Thank you for being here. I hope to share, more of what you're enjoying. You have an amazing soul and such a bright light. Well, thank you. That's what I hope to share, right? Something meaningful or lightful or just resonant with what others need. So thank you for sharing those words. I really appreciate that. You're so sweet. I really appreciate your words. And guess what? What? What am I guessing? Nope, stay away from the milk. I'm going to start streaming soon yourself. Yay! Well, you'll have to drop me your link and I'll see if I can tune in and support you. That's awesome. Are you going to be streaming tarot? Or did you have something else you were thinking of? Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. No. Here, go ahead and go. You gotta stay out of the milk. Stay out of the milk. Yes, tarot and also gaming. Okay. Well, that's cool. So you have variety that you're able to offer. I used to be a gamer. My husband and I spent a lot of time playing games together throughout the majority of our relationship. But as I went into my mental health journey, I fell away from games. So it hasn't been as big of a part of my life recently. But I love my husband's a gamer, so he used to stream gaming as well. He still kind of does, but it's just not as frequent. He's more helping me stream than focusing on himself, which is a shame because he has creative energy that is just a wonder to witness. But yeah, so you're going to be doing tarot and gaming. What kind of gaming are you into? World of Warcraft? Was that something you do? But we will see. So I may do more than tarot than gaming. Well, I'll tell you that, I found a positive reception when I started streaming. The tarot community is wonderfully welcoming, and I found regulars really quickly. It's a small market or community. Like, there's not like a huge draw of tons of people, but the people that come are really regular. And so I like that. You get to know the people that you're seeing often. And when you're putting yourself out there, it's a good feeling to have people come regularly to want to see you again. So, yeah, I hope you find that. But you are awesome, so I'm not surprised. Well, you know, your vibe attracts your tribe. So if you're seeing awesomeness in me, that means it must be true of you as well. So we're awesome twins, right? Soon you're going to be sharing your own readings with others. So, yeah. Have you done live readings for people before, or will this be your first experience? Woot woot! Woot woot! No, so you haven't done live readings. I'll tell you that honestly, when I started streaming, it was January 11th of this year is when I started streaming. I hadn't done live readings. I had only given text, like text-based readings to people through like Discord, and even I had an Etsy shop where I did it. You have done stuff for friends. So you know, you've done live readings for friends. That counts. So you have experience. You're coming equipped with skills. I didn't have that. So it was just a new experience for me, setting up the camera and letting people come and do readings. So, but it's fun. Like I like the magic of the cards unfolding and telling the story, the something somebody needs to hear. And I don't have that pride that I'm going to pull the right cards. So there's always kind of an insecurity as I'm doing my readings that makes it even more magical when the reading becomes resonant. Because I'm almost like piecing my way through a reading. And I have been doing it since in my late teens. And oh wow, so you've been doing it for a while. That's awesome. This is like a lifelong thing for you. Well, I love that you're going to bring streaming tarot to the world. Like that's awesome. It's been a huge part it's been a part of your life for so long. Now you can bring it to others. I love that. You are giving gifts, and your gifts are meant to be shared. So I'm glad that you're sharing them. Not just that, well, I'm excited for you. I love that you're going to be streaming, and I hope that it goes well for you. Are you tech savvy? Will setting up the stream be easy for you? You have Tree of Life dream catchers, and every time you make them, I have Tree of Life. Oh, I didn't put on my jewelry. That's why I feel so empty. I didn't put on my, huh? Yeah, could you bring it to me? It is like a reading comes to you. Oh, that's really cool. I love that. I think to who I am making it for. Wow, that's really magical. I love that for you. I like to think of life as a divination. Like there's inspiration coming from all around us. It's just a matter of listening to what speaks to us most. And so I love that as you're crafting for others, you're getting inspiration and insight and guidance and just you're literally weaving that for somebody else. I used to do nails as well, and I would have messages for them. That is so cool. See, I don't feel that I have messages. Like I don't know that I ever get divine downloads. to where I know what I'm meant to say. It's it's never an outside perspective. I'm always in the moment just translating what feels right to translate. And it's not so much knowing what I'm receiving. Well, I'm sure I do receive downloads and everything because like I'm constantly in an awakened state where I feel information flowing inwardly. Yeah, that's true. I guess I tend to devalue what happens to me because it feels so, I don't know. I don't know why I would devalue it. I I like the idea of spiritual downloads that just, but I think mine feels like it's an open access download where I'm constantly downloading. And so there's never like a pause or a break in the reception of whatever it is I'm downloading. So yeah, I think I don't have an outside perspective of that download process because I'm constantly in that state of downloading. Call me your daddy. Welcome. So it feels more natural. Definitely feels natural. It's just a part of me. Um, I I feel a fluid translation with the divine and just a connection and a trust and a comfort that just everything feels magical and inspirational and deep and just insanely deep. And the depths are like the blurring the line between the known and the unknown. And I love that kind of paradox feeling. Hi, call me your daddy. I see you are in the queue. I'm just talking with Mama Bubble. You will be up soon. Can I ask what you can I ask what can you have for your cards? Because I need to get one. Um, I I'll show you my decks, and I love this Wild Reflections deck. This is for me, learning tarot. I'm more insightful than I am inspirational. So I use the guidebook, which I love this guidebook. It has both upright and reverse pages for every card. There's keywords, then there's text to kind of kind of inspire the moment. And then there's also love meaning, career meaning, and finances meaning. So for me, it's a learning deck. So I can have more insight into the cards without actually spending the time to practice and memorize that meaning on my own. Um, oh, what camera? Okay. Um, I, de- what kind of Logitech C920 is what we are using for our camera. Thank you. Earrings. Thank you. So what was it? Logitech C920. And this is a Rhodes microphone. It's a high-end version, but it works really well and gets the job done. And it Rhodes Go 2. Rode Go 2. That's what our microphone is. So yeah. I'm very lucky. I have my husband to help make everything happen. Does it cut out background noise?
It does a decent job with the windscreen that's on it, and then you can use, if I put my hand in front of it.
Are you talking about the Rode? Yes, the Rode does a decent job of cutting
Between
out.
that and the software, you can set a lot of filters in OBS that will help. And if they need help, with that, they can ask you and I can help?
Mama Bubble, Own Dog, my husband, if you have questions about technology and streaming, setup and stuff, he's a pro and he's willing to help you, with anything you might need, like questions or, insight into what gear you might need to get going. So yeah, if you just reach out, and let me know, questions you have, you can send me a whisper. Um, uh, uh, and I can, put the message through to him and we can, get you going. Your oldest streams? Okay. But she does not have a hand cam. Okay. Okay. Does she stream tarot too? But it's always good to see what others do. Okay. Yeah, definitely. We have two cameras, obviously. One, it's set up on a tripod, so it's tilted over the table, so you get the nice flat view. Then we have this one propped up over here so you can see me during the reading. She has gifts, but she does not want them. She has other gifts, but yeah. Oh, they're only gifts when you want them. Otherwise, they're curses. And I think that's the beauty of it. We're given what we're given, and it's for us to find whether we feel blessed by it or not. So I'm sorry she's in a place where she has gifts that she's not receptive to or open to. I hope life takes her on her journey and she learns to embrace them because it's a part of who she is. Hmm. So call me your daddy. While I'm talking to Mama Bubble, what kind of reading are you hoping for tonight? I haven't done a reading for you in a while. Yes, but she is a beautiful soul, so she will go down her way. That's how we all got to do it. We got to do it our way. We can be told and we can be given lessons, but ultimately it's for us to, find meaning for ourselves, find our own way. So she's on her journey. I love that she's a beautiful soul and you know it. That's a mama for you. Well, I wonder where Call Me Your Daddy went. We talked for a minute, but that's okay. I wanted to talk to you. We had a conversation going and I didn't want to interrupt it. I'll give Call Me Oh Daddy another couple moments to respond to the couple questions I asked. But then if not, we'll just get you your reading, Mama Bubble. So what deck, while we're waiting for Call Me Oh Daddy, what deck would you like or what kind of reading can I get for you? You cannot type tonight. That's all right. I kind of get what you're saying. You don't have to type perfectly. It's pretty easy to figure out. It's okay. I get so frustrated when I can't type. When you stumble over words or typos, those drive me nutso. My tarot kitty. Good. I have dyslexia and ADHD, so yeah. Oh, interesting, dyslexia. That would make it hard. And my son shows signs of possibly having dyslexia, but then with his occupational therapist, she was telling me information that he might have something called dysgraphia, which is basically dyslexia for writing. So reading is hard with dyslexia, where with dysgraphia, it's writing that's hard, and the mind messes with that process. So yeah, I feel for you, but you're totally coherent, so I wouldn't worry. You're doing a good job. So what kind of reading can I get you? Okay. So doing readings is going to be a challenge for me. Oh yeah. Well, just I will tell you that doing readings is a challenge for me. Like getting on tonight to stream, I had to get over this hurdle of myself of not feeling comfortable tonight. And so, like, it was a challenge because of I'm manic and bipolar tonight, and I don't necessarily feel as calm and serene in my mind as I would like to when giving readings. And so yeah, you'll be doing your best. Well, that's what we all can do. Give our best. And I'm sure your best will be amazing. And I look forward to seeing what you have or what you offer or how your readings manifest. Do you have a time that you think you'll be doing your streams? You're excited. I'm excited for you. Once I get my cam and my second monitor. Yeah. All right. So you got a little investment, little purchasing to do. Hopefully you have the funds available to make that happen without stressing yourself out financially, as I will be a VTuber. Okay. Um, is that is that where you make videos? What's a VTuber? What's the difference between, like, I don't know the term, sorry for my noobery, but what's the specifics of what being a VTuber is? But it is just not coming quick enough. Oh yeah, you want it now. You want to be doing it right now. Well, patience leads to the greatest rewards. So this time waiting, anticipating it, it's all excitement building for the new venture or direction you're heading in. And so, well, not new direction. This is just a refocusing of something that's been a part of your life for a long time, a new way to activate it in your life. So not a new direction, just a new venture. I hope it happens soon for you. I hope you get that equipment and I hope you get set up and you get to streaming as soon as possible. A tuber is someone that has an animated person on the screen rather than showing your face. Oh, okay. I thought that might be it, but I wasn't sure. So I'm glad I asked for clarification. Do you have your animated person already? Like, is that already set up? Or is that something that's relatively easy to set up? Yes, I do. My oldest is one and she made mine. Oh, cool. Awesome. So you're set up, ready to go. Just get the equipment and then you're ready to stream and rigged it in and all. That's awesome. I'm glad you're all set up. I love that you're just ready to go. You got the energy on the inside. You've got the avatar for you're the VTuber for your streaming. Now all you need is the equipment and you're set up to get the ball rolling. Do you have an idea for your channel name? Will you be Mama Bubble? Okay. All right. I like it. Sticking with what you know, who you are. I like that. I was going to be Crystal Web. Well, that's pretty. I like that. But I like Mama Bubble. It's very unique. And I like Mama because it evokes home and comfort and love and nurturing. So, and then Bubble is just fun and floaty. And so I like the mixing of Mama Bubble. Oh, so you're both Bubble. I love that. Torn Bubble and Mama Bubble. I like that. Aw. You both share a bubble in your name. I like that. That's so cute and sweet. Do you think you're gonna multi-platform stream? Like right now, I'm streaming on YouTube and Kick as well while I'm doing this Twitch stream. You are only the second person I have talked to about this. Well, thank you for including me so early in your journey. I appreciate that. I love that you let me know. And then you're including me. I love it. If there's any advice or insight or questions you might have, I'd love to offer help. Keep the ball rolling for you. Whatever insight I might be able to help. I'm really a noob, but if you need anything, I'd love to be there for you. Maybe at first just start with Twitch. That makes sense. Honestly, Twitch is where I have the most activity. I've never given a reading on Kick yet. And I would say that the number of readings I've done on YouTube since January is probably less than 15. So YouTube and Kick are really slow. But I just put myself out there for exposure. But I like that focusing on Twitch, totally a respectable way to go. Do what you know. Do what you feel comfortable with. Do what feels right. Then once I get the flow of just getting the setup down pat, then maybe. That makes sense. Like not take on too much at once. You know, take it in steps, baby steps. And I like that. Small steps gets you where you're going. Oftentimes more comfortably than if you're taking big leaps, right? Yeah, you get it. And maybe I will do some more of my art as well. Okay. I like that. I love that you would bring your creativity. Well, my tree of life, like tree of life dream catchers. That's art. That's definitely art. And I love that you want to share that. I think that's definitely stream worthy. I think people watch people create stuff. So that's definitely a niche market you could get into, having creating streams. Because you said readings come when you're making them. Maybe part of the making process is you could unfold the reading as you're making it. I don't know how it works for you. But I want certain days for cards and so on. So a schedule. They have a nice setup in the stream manager where you can announce your schedule so people know what night is going to be what for you. I've started that, but because I'm so infrequent with my readings or with my stream nights, I don't think I update my schedule anymore. I only want to stream 3 days, but 2 days will be okay. I tried streaming 3 days is a good number. I started off streaming 3 days a week and it was a comfortable starting. It kept me active, but it wasn't overworking me to try to be present while I was growing my stream. Okay, 2 days will be a start. Okay, yeah, that's a good start. Gets you out there, gets you going. I like that you're taking manageable steps to make this happen. But I may not be able to. I have health problems. I'm sorry to hear that, Mama Bubble. I feel you. I have mental health problems, and that gets in the way of streaming big time. So, whatever your health problems might be, I hope you find as much peace and comfort as you can with them, and that you're still able to find the ability to stream. I enjoy these streams. They're meaningful and magical and just wonderful to get to do. And I hope you can find that same magic and wonder despite whatever you're going through. Did you get the emotes?
Almost.
Haha. Own Dog is busy making emotes for the stream. We have one kitty, but we have more kitties in the house. I have Dizzy 24/7, so every morning I'm not sure how my day will be. Oh, wow. That that's hard. I can only imagine just not knowing day to day if you're going to be functional. It makes planning anything really difficult. But I like that you're giving yourself a manageable goal, knowing that it's touch and go day to day. Sometimes I wake up and I'm stuck in bed. Yes. Well, exactly. You just give yourself that freedom if you need to be in bed. That's not a stream day, and no stress to you because you want to be well when you're streaming. So you'll get there when you can. And I think, I hope, I hope you don't stress yourself too much trying to stream when you have hard days. Like, I like the idea of the stream being an extension of you. And so for it to feel natural versus being something you force or make yourself feel bad about doing or not doing. Internal dialogue. I think that's an interesting thing to consider because how we treat ourselves inside is basically how we experience our life. And so I have a habit of making myself feel bad, or at least I used to, not so much anymore. But I am excited because now I feel like I'm giving myself a good reason to get up and up and on. I like that. I like that. That just sounds healthy and happy making for you. And I love that. Hi, Lucky. Hey, baby. This is Lucky. He's our big boy. So what kind of reading can I get you tonight, Mama Bubble?
The first one went up.
The other ones aren't. Interesting.
I'll get it for you.
Moo's being mean. Which one got approved right away?
Moo.
Moo, okay.
Yeah, Moo and Lucinda. I can't see her.
Okay. Yeah, it just says tarot of the Moo Moo. Let's just see what needs to be said. Okay. Let's do a diamond spread. You're in a happy place. I love that. I love to know people are in a happy place. I hope if you are a writer or a journaler or a recorder that you take time to remember or memorialize this happy state, to refresh it and really bring it home and just ground it into your soul that you're happy. Part of what makes me so happy is that I feel it so deeply, and I remind myself of how good it feels, so much so that even when I don't feel good, I'm living on the good vibes of that happiness. But yeah, let's see what the cards have to say. Oh, it's Moo. Yeah. Haha. Moo and Snickers. Okay. Three of Swords reversed. Knight of Swords reversed.
Yeah, they're getting it.
Nine of Swords. This is the focus, internal influence, external influence. Next card is what's needed to better understand. You only have Snicky. You might need to refresh the stream. Five of Cups. And the higher understanding or resolution. Okay, quickly, we'll pop in and out as you refresh. Four of Wands. I did. You got it. No, that's Snickers. They look so much alike. You got lucky too. Yay. Haha, you got our kitties. Yay. Thank you for refreshing so we could see it work. Okay, Three of Swords, reversed. Healing, forgiveness, recovery, reconciliation, repressing emotions. The reverse Three of Swords tells the asker to let go of a painful experience they may be holding on to. Forgiveness is not easy, but this card signifies an opportunity to fully feel and acknowledge their feelings, sit with the discomfort, and then release it when they are ready. I find when I'm happy, that's the best time to approach those old wounds that I'm ready to let go of. And so I think this card is a calling in this great state you're in to reflect on those things that pull you out of this state and see how those speak to you. You're doing that. Awesome. So you're already on it. We're already speaking the same language. The heartache subsides. I have been working on it. I love that. I love that it's already, the cards are speaking of something you're already doing. You have experienced a rather painful situation which is already coming to an end. The reverse Three of Swords can also indicate that negative self-talk and limiting beliefs are at the heart of the asker's suffering. But now that you're in a happy place, that's the negative self-talk and limiting beliefs are less felt. So you feel a freedom, a happiness, an excitement, a joy. It's a positive abundance of energy. Knight of Swords reversed. Interesting. This is internal motivation, which I don't think this feels weird. Rude, tactless, forceful, bully, aggressive, vicious, ruthless, arrogant. The Knight of Swords reverse indicates the asker is either scattering their energy in too many places or is going full speed ahead with a decision without a plan. This card is a reminder to slow down. Oh, okay, well maybe all those words don't apply, but the reminder is to slow down. And I feel your anticipation. You're ready to get into this. Patience, everything will happen in its time when it's meant to. And when it's meant to, you'll be ready for it. And so just take the steps, the baby steps that you need to get you on the path to streaming. This card is also a sign when they must take time to connect with their inner voice. Well, this, of course, is really important because you're wanting to stream tarot. Connecting to your inner voice is just absolutely vital. I've always had a hard time loving myself. I am not quite there, but I am better than I was. Well, I hope this venture in streaming tarot helps you fall in love with yourself, because what you're doing is you're using yourself as a muse to translate meaning for other people. And muses are beautiful, just divine gifts to know, to be around. And maybe, hopefully, oh, they're all there. Haha. Flurkin, Z, haha. Everybody but Fat Brittany. I hope that as people come around you in the community, that you'll feel their love and support and feel it for yourself. Because ultimately, what people feel about you should be what you feel about yourself. And so that's where self-love is so important, especially when you're putting yourself on display for others. If you don't have that secure sense of self on the inside, I feel like being a content creator can kind of pull you away from yourself in order to perform for others. But I hope that you find that naturalness, just being you and letting that be what you translate for others. That is cool. Yeah, that's all our kitties. This card is also a sign they must take time to connect with their inner voice. When we are going 100 miles an hour, we often lose sight of our soul's ultimate purpose. So those words, rude, tactless, forceful, bully, aggressive, vicious, ruthless, arrogant, those might be words for how you treat yourself. I didn't think they applied to you because externally that's not the vibe I get from you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But so maybe those words that I didn't think applied are really the internal dialogue of how you deal with yourself. And so that internal influence, keep working, keep healing yourself so you can love yourself fully. Ultimately, when we can love ourselves fully, everything else becomes icing on the cake. And so life's hardships and turmoils and tragedies, they become lighter to carry because we feel so good about who we get to be despite it all. External influence is 9 of Swords. You had 3 swords in this. That's interesting. Swords. Fear, anxiety, negativity, breaking point, despair, nightmares, isolation. Hey, welcome back, Call Me Oh Daddy. As a kid, I was called all sorts of stuff, and for so long I have held on to it. You are not the disrespectful names that people called you, and you deserve to heal and see a vision of yourself that's happy and heartful and lightful and that feels as magical as you are. Not because other people tell you you're magical, but because you believe it about yourself. You're divinely gifted, magical, things other people don't see in themselves, you know about yourself. That's something to love. Not everybody knows their gifts and can embrace them. And you're strong and courageous and boldly willing to share your gifts with the world. That's beautiful. And I hope you can start to believe in that beauty in yourself. Well, I can see how this 9 of Swords plays in. Yes, I am. Thank you. Good. Fear, anxiety, negativity, breaking point, despair, nightmares, isolation. The 9 of Swords represents anxiety, worry, and limiting beliefs. The asker may be experiencing sleepless nights over a situation or could be in a period of depression. I don't see that for this, but in relation to the external world, a sense of discomfort with how you'll be received. The 9 of Swords reveals that we have the power to make a change in our mindset. That's beautiful. You can change your mindset. You can change how you treat yourself. Because once you start treating yourself better, you feel better because you're not under constant attack. You're safe instead of surviving the constant onslaught. Oh, that was a firework. That scared me. The asker is encouraged to reach out for support and examine the root cause of their feelings. The situation is not as bad as it appears, and things will soon improve. So I like that. I like that there might be a hesitation in the way you'll be received, but know that that's hesitation that's born of a lack of self-love, right? That happy state that you're in, that's what abundance of self-love feels like. It brings you into this up state where you're just positively receiving life and the bounty before you. And so this 9 of Swords speaks of not feeling the bounty, but feeling the depression, the depth of lows there are to feel. But I believe as low as we go, that's how high we can go. So it ebbs and flows. You go low so you can come back and appreciate the high. And so that's why I encourage to write about the high or reinforce the happy state that you're in. Because when you fall from this high state, as ebbs and flows do, it's like a wave, right? You're going to go into an ebb, and that ebb is going to be hard. But if you remember that happy state, it makes that hard state easier to get through. And that's why it's like sewing in good energy into every moment so that whether you're in a high state or a low state, you still feel good. 5 of Cups. Yes, I have been doing that. I love to hear that. You are already active in your healing. You have had to. Sometimes things come out of necessity and they come when they're ready. And I appreciate that you're open to it and you're trying to move in a healthy direction for yourself. What's needed to better understand? 5 of Cups. Loss, grief, disappointment, sadness, mourning, discontent, feeling let down. The Five of Cups represents self-pity, loss, or regret. The querent may have recently gone through a challenging experience, such as the end of a relationship or friendship, or being currently apart from a loved one. I have always think of the positive. That's what I do myself. I love when you think of the positive, then you don't have to worry about the negative. It doesn't consume you. It doesn't overwhelm you. It's there, but you just don't have to focus on it. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. This is why this card resonates. I'm sorry for your loss. That is a devastating person to lose in your life. Whether you were close or not, it's hard to lose the person that brought you into this world. And so I'm sorry you're grieving that loss, that is with you. You were very close. Well, it sounds weird, but I'm glad to hear that. It makes it harder because you were close and there's that distance now where your bodies aren't able to interact anymore. But you were close, which meant you made the most of your time together. You had a positive connection. So there's nothing left on the table unsaid. It's just the loss of the person that you loved so very much. And that's a grief that my husband lost his mom and dad when our kids were young. And he says now it never goes away. You just learn to live with it. And so I hope you learn to live with that grief sooner than later. But when you're ready, grieve and feel that loss because it's real. But you can still feel happy like you are. She was holding on sand, Dad, and I told her that she can go, and this is not the life for you. Oh. And then the next day she died. You gave her peace. I have heard stories of that happening where family members are holding on in their last moments and the family tells them that it's going to be okay and then they leave their body soon after. I love that. I love that kind of gentle permission to go where you need to go, even though it means we're going to be apart for a while. I love that. That sounds like a peaceful way to leave life behind. It was so hard to do. I can't imagine. I can't. But it needed to be done. And you did it. You gave that peace. You shared that gift in your mom's final moments. And that's meaningful. You loved her enough to let her go. I love that. I like to think that I love my mom enough to let her go when it's time. She's disabled and she's struggles and she has a lot of health issues. And when it's her time, I want her to be able to leave peacefully. She gave me a good life and I want her to have a comfortable exit when it's time. We sang her favorite songs and all before we left. I love that, honoring her memory, just bringing her life back to the forefront. This card is a reminder that it's okay to feel negative emotions and to give yourself space for grieving. However, it's also a sign not to wallow too long in self-pity, as things may not be as bad as they seem. Perspective is everything. Make peace with the loss by knowing she's still with you. The life you have was made special by her in it. And just because her body isn't there, it doesn't change the life of memories that you've made together that have shaped you into who you are. Your beating heart carries her story forward. And so even though the bodies can't connect anymore, your souls are still entwined. She brought you into this world and you breathe because of her. She carries forward because you're there. I'm glad she is still with you and you'll never forget. I love that. The higher understanding or higher resolution is the Four of Wands. Reversed. She had dementia, so it was hard as it was. Hard. Yeah, I can only imagine that that would be hard. I worry about dementia or Alzheimer's. They both sound like horrible ways to leave behind your family. And so I'm glad that your mom is at peace, and I'm glad that dementia is not something you're dealing with anymore, because it's so hard. So hard. Your mom was a happy one. Good. I love that. I'm glad. I like this card for you. Four of Wands reversed. Lack of support, instability, feeling unwelcome, transience, lack of roots, home conflict. The Four of Wands reversed can signify that the querent has recently reached an important goal, but has not taken the time to celebrate the achievement. This card reminds the querent to acknowledge how far they have come. Part of what keeps me happy is that I know what I've been through, and I know what I go through just to be present in my day. And so there's a feeling of humble pride that, like, I'm good enough to be in love with myself, right? I am worthy of loving myself because I try so hard to be a good person. And I think there's a measure of um, seeing how far you have come that helps you feel that self-love when you look with the light of the trials you've overcome and how you survived and maybe even thrived, right? The Four of Wands reversed can also indicate insecurity in the querent's home environment with family members or a love interest. Perhaps they are in a period of transition with their living situation or in their close relationships, with which, yes, you're processing the loss of your mom. So I'm sure everything is shifting big time. Okay, so this card resonates. All right. Well, let's do a card from the Greenwich Oracle deck to give you as a final card. Extra Heart, welcome. So far, it all has resonated. Awesome. I love that. Well, that's perfect. Buds, new beginnings, expansion. See, you're amazing. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And hello, Extra Heart. How are you doing tonight? We're glad to have you. I try to be as amazing as I think the people coming to me are. And so it's a resonance. We get to share in amazing things as we share these moments together. So buds, new beginnings, expansion. A bud is one of the earliest visual confirmations that the seed you planted is hard at work. Whether a budding leaf or bloom, it's proof that your endeavor is in motion. So far, so good. Buds are tender, delicate things, however, which still need close attention and care. Extreme weather can damage them, as can neglect. The bud card shows that you can interpret the success of this first stage as a positive sign, but don't assume the buds can handle the next stages on their own. Buds represent the first checkpoint in a project. Things are expanding, but not complete. Continue to tend and encourage them, as without buds there can be no fruit. Have confidence. The success of your first stage promises that you can achieve your goal. And then the reflection is, are there things in life that you've left unfinished or abandoned? How can you complete them? Good questions to ask as you're moving forward in a new direction. So yeah, I'm glad that resonated. And extra heart, I am doing great. Having a good night. Enjoying Mama Bubble's presence. She is a three-month sub for me, and she's been on a 5 stream streak with me. So she's a regular, and I'm loving my time. So I'm having a good night. I'm glad to hear that your night is good. And you like that, Mama Bubble. I'm glad. Oh, Feria, welcome over on YouTube. I just saw you. I'm not sure when that popped up, but I see you. I have 2 people in front of you over on Twitch, but I will definitely get you a reading if you're interested. So after Mama Bubble is Call Me Oh Daddy, which Call Me Oh Daddy, are you there? You kind of pop in and out, so I wonder if you're still there. Haha, you're there. All right. What 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 are the cards I just read with? This is the Wild Reflections deck. Wild Reflections Tarot. I got that from Amazon. Y Spell makes it. I love this deck. It has gold trim. I love the artwork. What kind of reading can I get you, Call Me a Daddy? What are you hoping for tonight? It's been a while since I got you anything. Can you move the queue up? Yeah. My mouth is kind of bothering me. I've been talking for quite a bit. I think before I jump into Call Me Your Daddy's reading, I'm going to take a quick break, give myself some time to... What's coming up in your life? Okay, we can do a reading around that. I'll do a present card to understand what the focus is. And then, no, I love talking, Mama Bubble. I love that you were there with me to share with. We had an in-depth conversation. We spent time together. I love that. Please don't apologize. I'm grateful for your participation and engagement. I don't have top teeth, so like moving my jaw is extra movement, and it gets tired easily. The muscles get fatigued, and so I need to take breaks, and that's often why I take a break every hour or so. So no, I appreciate that you were here, and that I had somebody to talk to. Please don't feel bad at all. And Call Me Oh Daddy, what I was thinking, what's coming up in your life, we can do a card for the present moment to be like what the focus of the reading is about. And then we can do a card for the near future to see what insight there might be for that. And then a meditation card for what to walk away with. But I'm gonna stand up and take a quick break, and I will be back to do that reading for you, Call Me a Daddy. Hey, it's Alma. We're back at Tarot for the Soul on Tarot of the Soul. Um, Call me O'Daddy. I am ready to do your reading if you're still there, and we can get started for you. And then Extra Heart, you're up next. Hi, Jenny Vlogs. I don't know if you were hoping for a reading tonight. I'm closing my queue for the night. It's getting late and I've got an early morning, so I'm sorry if I can't get you one tonight. Yeah. So I apologize, but hopefully I can get you another reading another night. 10:49 a.m. for you. Oh, you are on the other side of the planet. It is 11:48 p.m. for me. Oh, you're in Vietnam. Okay. All right. You're far. I hope you like life in Vietnam. I don't know what it's like. I've never met a Vietnamese person before, so I don't know what life is like there for you. I hope It's good, healthy, wealthy, prosperous, kind, gentle, all the things you hope for. Hot today and rain. Sounds like what we were having here, what we're going through. It's hot and there's some rain going on. So call me, oh daddy. There's the Magician for the present. Same here, hot and rainy. Yep, seems like we're going through it together. The Devil reversed. And then the Meditation card. The Sun. Are you still there, call me, oh daddy? Yeah, he's not responding. Huh? What'd you say? I did. Okay, well, I don't think call me a daddy. Oh, there you are. Yay, I was just getting ready to move past you and you pop in. Haha. Okay, so your first card for the focus is the Magician. Willpower, desire, being resourceful, skill, ability, concentration, manifestation. The magician represents pure willpower. Using the power of the elements in the suits, he transforms the potential of the fool into reality through the power of his desires. When you get the magician in your reading, it might mean that it's time to tap into your full potential without hesitation. It might be in your new job, new business venture, a new love, or something else. Is she going to my milk again?
Of course.
She loves that cup. And this cart and this table. Wow, Snickers. Wow. Kind of doing something here. Okay. All right. The Devil reversed.
Snickers don't like.
Right? She is imbibing the cards with her tarot energy. She resonates with them. The Devil reversed. This is in the future, near future. Independence, freedom, revelation, release, reclaiming power, reclaiming control. The upside down meaning of the Devil card can be the moment when an individual becomes self-aware and breaks all the chains that come with addiction and poor habits. Be prepared to make the necessary changes that might initially seem painful to make, the adjustments that will pay off in the end by being able to find your true self again. So that sounds like a positive omen for the future, finding your freedom and sense of self and breaking free of addictive and bad habits. And then the meditation was the Sun. Nope, stay out of the cup, stay out. No, stay out. All right, the Sun, the meditation is happiness, success, optimism, vitality, joy, confidence, happiness, truth. Sun card represents success, abundance, and radiance. Like the sun itself, it gives strength and vitality to all those who are lucky enough to feel its rays. There is much joy and happiness coming your way. The Sun card shows that you have a significant sense of deserved confidence right now. Life is particularly good and the sun is shining your way as you reach the goals that you have set. I like this as the meditation. If this is the vibe you bring your moments, then the near future is going to be a blessing no matter what happens. And so that's an important thing to remember. Your vibrance, your light attracts good things into your life. So take time to appreciate them, to be aware of them, to listen to them, to act on them. Because ultimately, poor choices and addictive behaviors don't let you shine in radiance, don't let you shine in bright light, right? So this change that's coming in the near future, accept that change and embrace your shine. Leave it alone. So yeah, call me your daddy. I think that was a cool little reading for you. I hope that you find those changes that you need so you can embrace that radiance that we all hope to feel. Extra heart, are you still there? You're welcome. Thank you for coming and sticking around so I could finally get it for you. Get you your reading. Awesome, extra heart. Glad you're still there. What kind of reading can I get for you tonight? What are your options? Well, for a general reading, I like to do a diamond spread, but let me grab this notebook I have right over here. I have a couple spreads I made. I have a higher calling spread, an overcoming obstacles spread, a deep dive into life, or build happy love spread. Or we can just do a general 5-card reading where we let the cards speak for themselves without really guiding it. With that reading, it's 5 cards. The first card is the book. You got my table wet, Snickers. Let's do a general. Okay, let's do that. No, okay, you gotta go. Come on. I don't normally like to kick them out of the place, but she won't leave the cup of milk alone. She loves sharing my milk with me. Okay, so we're looking for the first card, which is the focus. 7 of Wands. Second card is the internal influence, Queen of Swords reversed. Right? LOL, she won't leave my cup alone. She's incessant. Third card is the external influence, the Tower reversed. What's needed to better understand is the 3 of Cups reversed. So let's see, 7 of Wands. And feel free to engage and talk me through, the cards if you want to. Some people like to just receive the reading and let the whole thing play out. Some people like to talk to me how each card resonates. I am open and love active and engaged readings. I feel they offer a deeper sense to get resonance for what is particular to you. But readings are meaningful and magical even when you're not engaged. So whatever works for you. 7 of Wands, 88. Resistance, asserting oneself, unconventional defense, resourceful safeguarding. The Seven of Wands embodies determination, rivalry, and preservation. The querent confronts a scenario where external factors hinder their progress. This might involve individuals envious of their accomplishments. The moment calls for actions in alignment with values. Develop a strategy to mitigate and anticipate potential future complications. I like that. So determination, rivalry, and preservation. So I'm not sure what would bring out rivalry, but I like the idea of determination and preservation. Determining yourself what matters and focusing yourself in that direction. And preservation, keeping that motivation alive to keep that determination, to keep that passion going. The moment calls for actions in alignment with values. Whenever we're up against something and we don't know which way to go, the best way to go is in the direction of something that aligns with our values. When we're in alignment with ourselves, even if we make a mistake or an error in judgment, there's less likely to be regrets when we're doing what we feel is right. Okay, I'll try to engage. Well, awesome. I appreciate that. I love engagement. I love knowing you're enjoying the reading as we're doing it. So yeah. Your internal influence is the Queen of Swords reverse. Withdrawn, distrustful, distant, cold, guarded, reserved, detached, contemplative, serene. The Queen of Swords card signals that the querent might be letting their emotions overshadow their judgment. It encourages them to adopt an impartial, clear-headed stance when facing a situation in their life. So the Seven of Wands card kind of indicated there was a situation going on, and this card indicates that the situation may be causing you to be emotional. For me, my emotions are everything. I feel better when I'm tapped into my emotions and not muting them. So a card that calls me to not be emotional feels like a gentle reminder to not let my emotions overwhelm me. They're just one perspective to have. And oftentimes emotions, they speak on at one level, but they don't necessarily meet. You feel exposed, not gonna lie. Oh, well, that means those cards are resonating. I love that. I I can't know what you need to hear or what's going to be true. And so I love the experience when somebody feels seen by the cards, that they're connecting with what's going on the table. And I love that for you. So the Queen of Swords. In the presence of this card, there's also a suggestion that the querent could be isolating themselves excessively. It's a reminder that seeking assistance or collaborating harmoniously towards a shared objective is perfectly acceptable. I like that seeking assistance or collaborating harmoniously. This card here kind of indicated that there might be a sense of rivalry or conflict with somebody in your life, whether that's work or home, not sure, but that situation that reflects itself here, I like the idea of collaborating harmoniously, bringing harmony to that relationship that feels uncomfortable, learning to move forward in balance and peace instead of conflict and discomfort. The Tower, this is in the external influence position. Yeah, I feel like I work better in pairs, so I should work on that. Definitely letting people help you and finding that people that can help you, that goes a long way in life. Opening the doors. We can only do so much alone. And oftentimes when we try to do it alone, we end up reinventing the wheel, so to speak, coming back and doing something over and over again that would be far easier if we let other people help us do it. So yeah, if you know you work better in pairs, definitely open yourself up to that assistance and support from others, because it'll make your life easier to be able to rely on people in your time of need. The Tower. The Tower reversed. This is in the external influence. Averting a disaster, delaying the inevitable, resisting change. When you get the Tower card reversed, you may feel a crisis is looming on the horizon, and you struggle as much as you can to try to avoid its manifestation. Whatever you have or what you have relied on may no longer be there for you. However, do not view this as a drastic and depressing change. Instead, it's time for you to become more self-reliant. So this card speaks of, I like this one because it spoke of asking for support, working harmoniously with others, but being self-reliant. Part of our strength is knowing what we're capable of and what we're not capable of, and not overextending ourselves to do things that we're really not good at. So this Tower card is a call to let go of that tendency to do it alone, and embrace inviting the external world to be a support in your journey. Three of Cups. Try new things. Yes, absolutely. Try new things that matter to you, not just wander aimlessly through new things. So that's an experience. If you don't know what to try, just put yourself out there and try. But yeah, exposing yourself to new opportunities open doors you might not see for yourself. And so new experiences brings new life lessons, new fulfillment, new meaning. So yeah, definitely trying new things is a good way to let that tower fall and find yourself standing tall amidst the rubble. So what's needed to better understand is the Three of Cups reversed. Okay, interesting. Gossip, scandal, excess, isolation, loneliness, solitude, imbalance, social life. The Three of Cups reversed could signal a period where the querent feels isolated. They may be overwhelmed with responsibilities and work, or have not had the chance to connect with friends and family for social occasions. This card is a reminder to the querent to reconnect with joy and activities that bring pleasure. It may tell them to push themselves outside their comfort zone and reach out to someone they feel they have a lot in common with. I like this. So this is a card of connections. So another resonant card is, we're talking about a possible situation with rivalry or discomfort, and working in harmony, trying new things in the external world. I like that idea of finding people that you can vibe with, that you can connect with, to do these new things, to create those social opportunities, to feel less alone, less isolated, less having to do it yourself. Because ultimately is that true? These cards seem to indicate that, but maybe I'm not projecting that, because I don't know. You know yourself better than I do. And the cards just tell a story for me based on what little you've shared with me. So I don't know. Do you feel lonely? Is that what you think is it needs expressed? You're not lonely, but feeling lonely is a thing. Oh, I know that feeling where you're surrounded by people, but you feel alone nonetheless. It's like being in a crowd and feeling completely by yourself. Um, I I can resonate with that kind of feeling. So I don't think you're lonely as fuck, but you're that lonely feeling is, I think, what the cards are calling out. Ways to um, um, combat that feeling that keeps presenting itself. For me, I listen to signs, and one of the signs that appear most often are repeating patterns, and I consider a repeating lonely feeling a pattern that needs address. So I think of the cards as trying to bring you to some awareness of that lonely feeling, that it may be weighing on you more than you realize. And if you're feeling lonely but you're not alone, maybe there's a connection, a disconnect between how close you feel to the people around you, how seen or heard or accepted you feel while you're with others. The higher understanding card is judgment. This is an interesting card. Self-doubt, lack of self-awareness, failure to learn lessons, self-loathing. The reverse judgment card can mean that you doubt and judge yourself too harshly. This could be causing you to miss opportunities that were awaiting you. Another reading of the reverse judgment card can be a push to take time out of your busy routine to reflect upon your life to this point and what you have learned so far. I like that. I like that part of it. Take time out of your life to reflect at where you're at. Oh, you just got out of an ad. Okay, I didn't see that. I was reading. So let me start this over. Judgment reversed is self-doubt, lack of self-awareness, failure to learn lessons, self-loathing. The reverse judgment card can mean that you doubt and judge yourself too harshly. This could be causing you to miss opportunities that were awaiting you. Another reading of the reverse judgment card can be a push to take time out of your busy routine to reflect upon your life to this point and what you have learned so far. I find reflection to be a wonderful walk away for a reading. It's a calling to go within and listen. As you come to me for a reading, you hope for insight or understanding or guidance or whatever you might come for the reading for, right? But your own inner voice, your own inner guidance is going to know best what these cards really mean. And so even though you might not read tarot or for yourself, there's inspiration there to sit and dwell with. And I like this judgment card that calls you to take time to reflect on that and see what meaning is trying to speak to you that you might not have been aware of before tonight. Hey, get out of here. So yeah, and then you understand that? Okay, good. Because I'm an outsider to your experience. So these cards, I'm insightful and I'm inspired by the cards, but I don't know if they'll resonate or not. For me, when I do readings, I hope that the resonance comes because you understand what they mean as we talk about it. And so I like this tip to go within and listen to the self. I have another deck, this Green Witch Oracle deck. I like to give this as another card. Do I feel any energy when I do readings? No, I really don't. I'm not like I can't read vibrations of people. Like I don't just get a sense. I'm very isolated in a bubble of my own perception. And so what I think I perceive is often not what reality is. So I'm kind of a reader that doesn't trust my own um clairvoyant gifts. So I don't know what clair abilities I have that I'm not able to understand presently. Reading energy, not a gift I have. For me, the cards, I don't even think I can predict the future. I have this conjure card deck that I offer for, as a, like a paid reading to predict the future. You should because you are good. Oh, thank you, Mama Bubble. It's hard for me like to feel a security in readings for others because it feels like such a nebulous thing. In any given moment something can change, a detail can change and make it not resonate. And I think I'm gifted with giving resonant readings, but it's a insecurity struggle of mine to feel like I might not be giving the best readings. And so that's kind of why I like engagement, because it lets me work through and make it more personalized rather than just relying on what feels like guessing in the dark. So yeah, we got one more card for you, Extra Heart. B, community, cooperation, sweetness. I like that, community. We were talking about relying on others and working harmoniously with them. I like that. Bees inspire thoughts of sweetness and community. Bees work together, functioning in cooperation with others to advance the health and safety of their entire hive. Communication is central to this goal. In the end, through hard work and service to others, they create something pure and sweet, honey. It's the sweetness of honey that reminds us to be kind to others. The bee card asks you to consider if you feel fulfilled and connected in your relationships, or if you need to communicate your needs to others more. Remember to be kind whenever you can and to meet any challenge with an open heart. Open heart to extra heart, haha. And the reflection, what part of your life needs clearer communication? I I like the Queen of Swords is a communication card, right? So I like that this aligns. How can you work more effectively with others? So that's the walk away from for the reading. I like how can you include others more positively in your moments? And it even asks you to reflect on how fulfilled you feel by the relationships in your life. Because ultimately, uh, if that lonely feeling manifests, there's something there at the root of why you feel lonely, even when you're not lonely. Um, so yeah, sit, give yourself time to reflect, journaling, meditating, um, li- listening to music, just vibing, all ways to um, kind of reflect on the meaning of the reading and what you feel really resonates. But I hope it was a good reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you walk away with something to think on or to consider. It was. Thanks. Good. I'm glad. Thank you for waiting around for the reading. I'm glad I could get you one. You're the last one of the night. So I appreciate you. They never responded. Yeah, so I am going to wrap it up for the night. I appreciate everybody being here. Mama Bubble, thank you for your sub again. I appreciate that. Extra heart, thank you for hanging around so I could get you your reading. I've had a good night. I appreciate everyone that's been here. And I look forward to seeing you again soon, hopefully tomorrow night. So yeah, until then, have a great night and we'll see you soon.